Alright, so our first couple starts up in the major leagues weren't necessarily exactly what we wanted. I mean, we are 0-1 right now, but we are sitting at a 2.92 ERA and a .89 whip. We're not doing too horrible. We're getting outs, and we're not allowing a lot of runs to come in. It's just the fact that our offense has been pretty horrible. I mean, look, we only got 4 runs in that one game that we ended up pitching last, but again, those ended up coming after we ended up getting out of this game. It looks like we're not going to get another start until after the All-Star game. It'll probably end up being Milwaukee. If not, it'll be KC and then potentially Chicago after that. So let's end up simulating forward. Let's see if we end up taking on the Brewers or if we end up taking on KC. Let's get through the All-Star game. Let's end up getting a little practice in here as well. And let's end up working on the control of our fastball. Because we're going to be using that quite a bit. So let's make sure that we end up getting that up a bit. Looks like we end up sweeping Milwaukee. And we end up getting this first game against Kansas City as we end up facing Seth Lugo. And what looks to be a pretty good lineup right here, considering the fact that somehow Kansas City traded for Jackson Holliday. That's pretty impressive. I mean, I know he hasn't had necessarily the best rookie season in the MLB this season in real life, but still, he is a damn good talent and someone that is definitely going to help them. However, it also looks like that means that they gave up Bobby Wood Jr., so it's either that or he's injured. Either way, it looks like they have Jackson Holliday at shortstop and in their leadoff position, so looks like they have a pretty decent team, but let's just go in there and let's see if we can get out here with our first Major League win. I mean, the good thing here is the fact that looks like Kansas City is one game under 500 right now, but still, they're a pretty talented team. Of course, starting with Jackson Holliday here at shortstop. Again, Bobby Wood Jr. is probably going to be the right call to go with long term, but Jackson Holliday is still a great person to have over at shortstop. I'm surprised he kept that bunt out there for that. Look at that. I didn't even realize that our offense scored 5 in the first. What is going on? That is not what I was expecting as we get out to a quick 0-2 count. So let's finish this with the slurve down and in. Why not? I feel confident with that. Look at that. And he ends up getting pushed off the plate a little bit. Let's try to give that one more shot. Let's just make sure we don't throw this 2 inside, though. That's the main thing. And he doesn't swing at that offering either. But there we go. We got a 2-2 now. Let's end up finishing with the split down and out. Let's see if we can get him to chase this. Let's throw this really well. And he ends up getting a piece of it, but that's at least going to be a ground out to the second baseman. And our first out of the game. And now we're facing Urshela. 2-hitter right here. Let's just, there we go. That's the kind of start we needed. We're just lucky that Holliday ended up not pulling back his bunt. Otherwise, we would have started off 0-1, or 1-0 to start that first one. But there we go, a little ground out to the third baseman, and we got a quick inning going here. And we're only sitting at 7 pitches so far, and that's not too bad. Pitching pretty well, too. Surprised he didn't swing at that one, but thankfully he didn't. So let's go with the fastball on the outer part. I think he's just trying to get my pitch count up. Fair enough, though. It's definitely the way to get rid of the starter. Great fastball there. He's seen a lot of outside pitches. Let's bring it down and in with the slurve again. Let's just make sure we actually throw this one well. And we don't. We buried that one a little too much, and now we got a 1-2 count. So we went from 7 pitches to 13 in just a really short period of time. Let's get him with the slurve here. Can't quite get him to bite on that one, unfortunately, and he pushes it to a 2-2 count. Let's get it outside on the changeup. And no, we're not going to get him to bite on that either. 8 pitches this at bat, yep, and it's a 3-2 count. Let's see if we can get him on the slurve, though, right down the middle. There it is. And that is at least going to be a ground out. It has a lot of pitches for just a ground out there, but hey, at least we get out of that 1-2-3. But now we have to face 4-5-6. But at least we do have a 5-run lead. That is not something that we're used to, and not something that Mets fans are necessarily used to either. So let's go down and in with the fastball here. Nope. Little 2 in, and now he is way ahead in the count. 2-0. Maybe if we can get a split down the middle. Nope, that is going to be out as well. And now we push it to a 3-0 count. Let's just go with that fastball. Let's just have a get-me-over fastball right here. And we get it just inside, too. That was actually a pretty decent spot for a 3-0 pitch. Let's go with the slurve, though. There we go. Now we push it to a full count. Really good comeback there. This time, let's finish him with the changeup. Down and in as well. We'll get him to swing. No. Wow. That's just a really bad pitch on that one, and that is going to be the first base runner of the game. And with no outs, too. So now, unfortunately, that does allow him to have the base runner with no outs, and that's not great for us. So let's go. Furman at 88 hits right now, tied for first on the Royals. Not a bad season he's putting forward. Great strike right there, but let's just make sure that he doesn't add to that total on this at-bat. There we go. That's going to be a double play. 6, 4, 3, and man, that's a quick little jam that we got out of, and now we got 2 outs. Now we just got Adam Frazier to get through here, but I feel much more confident now that we have 2 outs, and there we go. Really great first pitch there on the circle change. Let's see if we can get him down and in on the slurve. Don't quite pick up the strike, though. That is unfortunate. That's okay. We push it out this time. That looks good. We end up getting the strike call on that one. And honestly, I think we're going to finish it with a split down and out. He'll chase it, potentially. I say that all the time, and they never do. But that time he did, thankfully. And that is the first strikeout of the game we get out of the second inning after giving up a leadoff walk with absolutely no runs. And we're going to be facing 7, 8, 9 next inning. And we get an extra run that inning, too. So an extra insurance run, 6-0. We're on track to actually get our first win of the season. We just need to make sure that we get through 4 innings and that we keep the lead. Wow, we got a generous strike on that one. Probably should not have gotten it, but hey, we'll take it. I'm not going to say no. And you know what? Make up for it on a ball call on that one. It was still a ball, don't get me wrong, but still. Ah, and that's going to be a base hit. No one playing up the middle. It's going to be a leadoff base runner yet again. And not great that we're allowing that to the bottom of the order, too, but it's all right. You know what? We already got 1 double play this game. We can get another one. Shouldn't be too hard. Let's go with the slurve again. That looks real good. And that is going to be a double play. 6-4-3 yet again. Maybe. Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, let's go. Sorry, he had a lot of speed right there, and that is the second double play of the game. Only double plays were his rarest strikeouts, you know? I mean, I guess because of the circumstances that surround a double play happening, maybe they are a little more rare, but at the same time, I mean for us, you know? But there we go. We push it to a 1-1 count on 2 outs. And let's just get out of this inning really quickly. Let's see if we can pick up another strikeout. That ain't gonna happen. That's a little chopper to the second baseman. And we get out of that one. And there we go. 9 batters up, 9 batters down, despite the fact that we walked 1 and gave up a hit. But that's okay. And we get back up to the top of the order. Jackson Holliday back up at the plate. Let's make sure that we keep rolling here, because we are pitching pretty well again. I mean, honestly, our ERA and our WHIP has just been, again, I shouldn't say off the charts, because that would make it seem like they're extremely high. But no, they are pretty low, especially in comparison to what we've been able to do throughout this entire series. So let's finish him here with the split. Oh, man, that's going to be a chopper up the middle. Lindor. No. He ends up beating out that one, and that is going to be an infield single. If Lindor couldn't make that play, I don't know who could have. Either way, let's make sure that we try to get another double play right here, too. We got Urshela up. Oh, how is that not a strike? That's all right. He's given us a couple of generous calls, so when he allows something like that, we can't be too upset. But Urshela on 2-0 pitch ends up ripping him right up the middle. And that is the second base hit of the inning. Now we're in a little bit of trouble. But let's just try to get out of this hot water. Vinny's been able to get some really good wood on the ball today. He, even though he's 0 for 1 right now, he ended up pushing us to a lot of pitches in that first at-bat. So there we go. Yes, he did. First of all, that should have been a strike in general. I don't know why that wasn't called on the pitch, but I digress. Either way, we push it to a 3-0 count. Thankfully, no one goes on that. I don't think it's really going to matter either way, because 3-0 count right now, it's possible they just get a free pass over there anyways. Let's go with the fastball. There we go. At least that one's in the zone. I don't blame him for not swinging on that one. Let's go with the changeup. Keep it in the zone. That is not going to be the case, and that is a 5-pitch walk. So bases loaded for the 4-hitter. Not good. Let's get the fastball out there. We don't even pick up the strike on that one. That is absolutely ridiculous. Come on, let's get it into the zone. And let's make sure that he either puts this ball in play or we get the strikeout. Let's go for the slurve, though. No, we're going to bury that one. And we just need to get it back into the zone. Because at this point, because of how wild we've been and how many walks we've given up, I don't think he's going to swing at anything that's, you know, even close to potentially being out of the zone. Thankfully, that is going to be caught, but yeah, unfortunately, that is going to be a run given up. Nice sac fly there, and yeah, but at least we're still up by 5 runs. Now we don't have to worry because no one's at third base, but again, we still want to get out of this, and man, this is a really inconsistent up. I really want to see the ump scorecard on this one, because man, it is not going to look good. But let's go with the slurve outside now. Let's keep it up. Yeah, we're not going to get that one, unfortunately. Not with how we've been pitching. Get that fastball in the inner half. We do, and a little low too. And now let's go with the 2-2 pitch. We're going to go with the changeup down and in. That looks good. Strikeout number 2 of the game. Let's go. And let's make sure that we get out of this one now because 2 outs. Still got a guy in scoring position. But again, at least it's a little less scary considering the fact that, again, he's got 36 speed and he is on second. Scoring position, but just barely. Well, never mind. He's probably going to end up scoring. Nice try on that one, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, unfortunately, that is going to be a run. Nice attempt on the diving play, but that's going to push it to a 6-2 game. So I shouldn't have said anything about his speed. That's on me, though, you know? But it's okay. Still up by 4. We've only given up 2 runs, and that is going to get us out of this inning as well. So a little bit of a shaky inning right there, but at least we got out of it. We're still up by 4, and we go into the 5th inning with that 4-run lead. And that is where it remains after the top half of the inning. Let's go bottom of the 5th. We need to really work on our control issues because they are not looking good right now. Let's go with that fastball. Yep, there we go. That is going to be a ground out to the second baseman. Great play. First out of the inning. We got Melendez, and then we're going to have the top of the order yet again. Little rough, so let's just make sure Melendez does not get on. And we definitely cannot issue any more free passes again. We are not going to allow another guy to get on by walk because, man, you know what? I will allow them to score if they end up getting the base hits because, hell, you deserve it at that point. But no, free passes, can't allow that. That was a really horrible slurve on a 1-1. So let's throw one a little bit better and let's get him to swing on this one. 1-2 count, finish him off. There we go. Sit him down. First out of the inning. Or second out of the inning. What am I thinking? So all we got is Jackson Holiday. Then we'll end up having to face 2, 3, 4. Which is rough, don't get me wrong. But we've been able to get through them before. Let's just make sure we get Jackson out right here. And let's go into the 6th inning with still that lead. So let's go. Let's see if we can get a couple more insurance runs. But honestly, if this is where our offense finishes the game, I'm okay with that. Coach is trusting us to go 6 strong here. I think we can do that. Put together a nice little quality start here. That would be pretty nice. Just need to make sure that we keep the ball in the zone again. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Again, that was a fastball right down the... But unfortunately for him, he ended up completely missing on that one. And now we have a 2-1. Let's go with the slurve out there. Just can't leave it hanging. And there we go. Let's get him out. Just tag him. Just tag him. I do not want to even risk throwing the ball to first base. First out of the inning. I mean, how many times have we screwed that up? You know what I mean? So let's not do that again. There we go. Really bad slurve right there, but still, we end up getting it. Down the middle, we get the strike. So let's go again with the off-speed, but with the changeup. Doesn't bite at that one. He has had really great plate discipline this entire game, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Let's get him on that slurve, and that is going to be a base hit. Almost hits the umpire right up the middle, but there we go. At least we have a potential double play. I only say that because both of them are pretty slow. But let's keep that down in the zone. That way we actually have a chance at getting the ground ball and being able to get that double play. But if we can't get it in the zone, it's not going to matter. We do not want to walk him here again. We've definitely had that issue, and thankfully he swung at that one out of the zone. So let's actually go to the slurve on this one. Keep that down. That looks good. And there we go. Now we have a 2-2 count. Double play or strikeout. Let's go with that slurve out again. Let's finish him off. Let's go. We got a generous call on that one. And thankfully we sit him down. And don't try to argue, man. Trust me. I've been screwed all game, buddy. we got one good call right there. And, yeah, just deal with it. So let's get out of this inning really quickly now. Let's go. We got 5-hitter. We got Furman up right now. And honestly, we're going to keep going back to that slurve because that's really been working for us despite the fact that we buried that one. We're going to go back to it one more time now. Yeah, okay, never mind. We're going to go back to the fastball. Let's recalibrate. Again, no free passes. All right, so I lied earlier. That is a 4-pitch walk right there. And unfortunately, that's going to be the end of our game. We should have taken that a little more carefully. But at the very least, we're not going to be in line for the loss. We're definitely in line for the win. There's no conceivable way that we can get a loss, even if both those guys score. But let's hope that our reliever can go in there and make sure to really hold this down. Ooh, we got Severino coming in. He's only got 1 hold on the season, but that's because we pushed him to the pen. And let's see if he can hold it here, too. Wow, and it looks like we end up coming out of there with an 11-5 victory. Now, I don't know if those runs that ended up scoring were ours or not, but there we go. Our first professional victory up in the major leagues. Thank you very much, Mets. And thankfully, those guys did not score. I wish we could have finished that 6th inning, but we went 5 2/3. Only 5 hits, but we had 3 walks. But 2 earned, 4 strikeouts. Yes, that's going to up our ERA and our whip. But honestly, we ended up getting the win, and that's honestly what matters here. Yeah, so that game did push us up to a 3 ERA right on the dot. A 106 whip, which actually still is pretty good. 9 strikeouts in 18 innings. Looks like we're going to be facing my favorite team next, though, as it looks like we're probably going to be taking the Sunday game against the Chicago White Sox. It's going to be really interesting. We are going to be playing at home, so that's going to be really fun. So let's simulate forward and let's get to that game. Surprisingly enough, we dropped the first 2 games to the White Sox. And it's kind of funny considering the fact that 6 of their guys are cold in their lineup. We have 5 guys in our lineup that are hot. So what happened? So either way, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that we're going to go into this game. We're going to go out there. We're going to pick up a victory in front of our home crowd. And we're going to end this episode 2-1. And that ERA is going to be down under 3. And my goodness, man, this is going to be really, really good for us. All I can hope is that those snowflakes right there stay snowflakes. And let's hope that Eloy, Vaughn, and Edgar can gain one themselves. I have to say, as a White Sox fan, this is kind of sad looking at this lineup. Obviously, we've lost a handful of guys, but still, let's go out there and let's pick up this win. So I was going to say that record is pretty much on par for the Chicago White Sox, but I think that might be a little too good for them this season. And look at that, we lost 3-2 and 4-3. But let's start this game off right, especially in front of the home crowd. Come on, Fletcher, what you got for me? Looking at a strike right down the middle. Thankfully, we got that call. That was a little bit low, but if we can keep that there pretty much all game, maybe that'll be a consistent strike for us. Oh, no. We let that one just kind of go. That one kind of slipped. At least that's what I'm going to say it was. Let's go with the changeup here. There we go. And we push it to a 2-1 count. So it looks like our control issues that we were having last game have followed us into this game too. Either way, let's go. We push it to a 2-2 count. And let's just make sure that we get a couple of these batters out much quicker than we are right now, because honestly, we want to make sure that we have a quality start here. Oh, what a play! What a play! No! Yes! Okay, thank God. I mean, that was a wild throw. But man, what a play! Holy sh**. Let's go. That's awesome. Took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, let's go. That was a really lucky play, and we're lucky that we threw it with enough time that the first baseman could really recover. Wow, we don't get that strike, though. That's okay, though. You know, it's possible that might have just been a little too outside for him. Either way, we are going to leave that ball up, too. And, yeah, again, we can't get this far behind in counts, especially to start. There we go. That is going to be a base hit through the right side. All right. I thought that was going to be just a ground ball, a little ground out, but nope. Benintendi gets his first base hit of the game. And now, unfortunately, we have to face Eloy, the real power threat here in this order. He's hitting 265. I wish he was doing that in real life, too. And again, I wish he was healthy as well. But there we go. That's the Eloy I know. 6-4-3. We get the double play. And there we go. We get out of that inning with, thankfully, no damage. So let's keep this rolling. Let's just put that first inning behind us. Let's completely ignore the fact that we're just a little wild right now. But let's go. Let's make sure that we strike Vaughn out. Let's get ahead. Way ahead in the count right there. 0-2. Let's hit him with the slurve outside. He'll end up chasing it. And let's see if we can get our first strikeout of the game. That looks real good, but he doesn't chase it. Good eye on that one. So let's jam him up and in with the fastball. Let's see if we can get that run in on the righty. And he swings at that one. Let's go. Strikeout number 1 of the game. Perfect placement on that one. I think he was looking for a pitch that was going to break into the zone, but that just never ended up happening. So let's go. We got Langford now. Let's get in there. Oh, flinches at that one, but doesn't quite swing at it. First round pick in the 2023 draft. Congratulations, buddy. Let's hope you make it up to the big leagues pretty soon. I mean, I meant in real life, not in... That's okay. Really good hit right there. He ends up picking up a double to deep right. Now we're in a little bit of trouble now. We got Colston Montgomery up now. It's a little rough when we don't get that pitch again. We just need to make sure that we either take him ourselves or we just don't allow the guy on second base to advance at all. But first we need to make sure that we get a ball in the zone. There we go. Now question is, can Colston hit a slurve? He's not even going to swing at it. And honestly, with the way that pitch went, I can't blame him. Let's go with the fastball out. And thankfully that evens it up at a full count. So let's make sure that we hit him with the slurve here. And let's strike him out. Okay, well at least it's going to be a ground out. Nice play there by the first baseman. We got 2 outs, but now we got a guy on third. So any kind of base hit here is going to score him. So let's make sure that we get Gonzalez out here. There it is. That's a great first pitch. We just don't pick up the edge again, unfortunately. Let's go with that split outside. Swings at that one. That's huge. And now let's finish him off with that 1-2 slurve down and into the lefty. Let's finish him off here. Sit him down. We get out of the second inning. No damage whatsoever. And we go back in with a 0-0 tie. Let's see if our offense can pick up a run. And look at that. They did end up getting us a run, which means we are pitching with the lead yet again. So let's go. Let's keep this up here. We got the 8-hole hitting right now. Got the catcher hitting just under 200, which, again, is actually still much better than Maldonado right now. So let's go. 0-2 count. Let's strike him out with the changeup down and out. See if we can get him to swing on that. Can't quite get him to bite. But that's okay, because I think if we can get the split in that same area, we can finish him off right here. Nope, not quite. So he pushed it to a 2-2 count. Let's go with that slurve down and in. I think we can get him to strike out on this one again. Yes. Can we check? Actually, to be honest with you, it looked like he did end up going with the check swing. But after fouling a couple off, let's hit him with that changeup. Probably won't swing through it, but as long as we can get a ground out. Excuse me? Excuse me? I want y'all to look at where that ball is right there. The entire ball is in the zone. How was that a walk? And at Citi Field, no less. So let's get the double play, or let's get a strikeout here. My goodness, I still can't believe that. That is extremely rough. Let's go with that fastball, though. Yeah, we buried that a little too much. It's all right. No free passes again. We really want to limit the walks. Oh, I can't believe he swung at that one. I think he was looking for an off-speed to break back into the zone. So let's give him that right now. Let's go with that slurve. Let's finish him off. Yes, he did. Sit him down. Sorry, Billy Baldwin. Kidding, I know it's Brooks, but still, funny to me. So now we got Fletcher again, but we got 1 out too. So let's see if we can get him to ground into a double play. That is a beautiful pitch. We actually had a chance to strike out the side if he would have called that the way that he should have on that first batter. Good pitch right there, but still, 1-1 count. Let's get him to ground out here. Oh, going for the bunt. That is a really hard bunt. Oh, and he beats it out too. I can't believe that. And I thought that small ball was dead, but apparently not. They end up having it now first and second with no outs. I'm sorry, first and second with 1 out, but they do have Benintendi up again. Just make sure that he doesn't get a base hit. Again, a double play would be perfect right here. And I think we can do that. That changeup right here, I think will make him swing. And, hell, even if he doesn't make contact, it's a great pitch. So 2-2 count. Let's finish him up with that circle change. There it is. Sit down. That's going to be... Nope, that's just going to be one out right there. Yeah, he's got too much speed at first, and that ball was just a little too weak for it to be a double play. And now we got second and third with 2 outs. And unfortunately, we're facing Eloy as well. Just no mistake pitches down the middle. That's a beautiful pitch right there. Where was that on the first batter? Granted, he was a lefty, not a righty, but still. Thankfully, that goes foul. Oh my goodness. And I think we're going to finish him with that slurve. A little too far off the plate. Swing at that, buddy. Yeah, he ain't going to swing at that, though. That's okay. But you know what? Fastball up and in. We got Vaughn to strike out on it. Let's get Eloy to strike out on it, too. Well, that's not a strikeout, but that should be a pop-out to the center fielder. And thankfully, we get out of that jam. Again, with no runs. A couple good pitches. We should have not had one of those guys on base, but I digress. Only 3 hits already this game. Let's go and let's see if we can get a couple insurance runs. And there we go. One more insurance run. 2-0. Let's get Vaughn. Let's see if we can get him to strike out again. Someone was looking for a fastball right there. Swings through that slurve before it even got halfway to the plate. Let's go for that changeup inside. Threw it a little too early, and unfortunately, he wasn't going to fall for that one. Let's go for that slurve again. Why not? We've been throwing that extremely well. And man, he is having a hard time with that. So what do you say we strike him out on the same thing we struck him out with on that last at-bat with him? Let's go with that up and in fastball. Finish him off. Let's go. That wasn't up and in because of the way we threw it, but hell. Second strikeout of the game against Vaughn. 4th of the game. And now Langford, who is 1 for 1 right now, hit that absolute piss missile to right. Ends up stepping up again with 1 out. And we got a 1-0 count, unfortunately, after a really horrible slurve there. We get that fastball finally into the zone, and we make it a 1-1 count now. Let's go with that slurve again. As long as we throw it well, he's not going to make good contact or any contact whatsoever. So let's finish him with that fastball up and in again. If we got Vaughn, we can get Langford. Finish him off right here. He doesn't swing at that one. But if we can't finish him with the slurve, we finish him with that split. And we're going to go down and in too. He won't know what hit him. I'm telling you. There it is. Sit him down. He did not call that a strike. So let's go with that slurve. And let's get weak contact or just... Okay, never mind. Some weak contact. I know you guys can't see that. That said solid contact. No, let's just say that was weak. 2 outs. And it's unfortunate that we're only in the 4th inning and our energy is running low. We're already at 65 pitches. It's a little rough. We need to really work on our stamina. That's going to be a really big thing. But let's just make sure that we get out of this inning. That slurve had no break whatsoever. And we're at the 6th hitter here. We got Colston Montgomery up, who I'm really hoping is going to be really incredible at the big league level. Although right here, he ends up grounding out to the 3rd baseman, and that's what I like to see. Out of the 4th inning now, still up 2-0. Let's go out there for the 5th, and let's make sure we get another 1-2-3 inning. And Gonzalez steps up to the plate in the 5th inning. Still 2-0 lead. We're looking real good, despite the fact that threw that fastball a little slow. The fact that our velocity is at 88 right now does not look good. Glad that we got that get me over circle change. And let's go with that slurve once more. I feel like that's going to work. It would have if you would have called that a strike. And look, I know I'm complaining there in the game, but truly, that had no break on it. It probably shouldn't have been called a strike anyways. Now that one, on the other hand, should have. And now let's finish him with the slurve. This time we'll throw it well. There it is. Oh, get over, get over, get over. Come on, man, get me involved. And at least we end up getting the out, though. Let's go, 8-hitter. Let's get the strikeout on him like we should have in that first at-bat. But let's just make sure that we actually keep it in the zone this time. As long as we do that, I think we're going to be good. Let's go up and in with the fastball. That's not up and in. Yeah, that was a really horrible pitch. And a guy that was hitting 170 is now hitting just a little bit better. But at least we're still at the bottom of the order. We got the 9-hitter up. We can get him to ground and do a double play. That would be ideal. Still wouldn't be upset if we struck him out. But again, any way to get out of this inning, I will be extremely, extremely happy. That looks really good. Well, it would have been good had we kept that a little more in the zone. Our accuracy is just kind of all over the place right now. Now that one should have been a strike yet again. That's okay. Fastball. Double play. Nope, but we got a full count. And now let's go back to the one we're most comfortable with. Let's go with that slurve. Weak contact or strikeout? Yes, he did. Oh my gosh, we got bailed out on that swing. That was such a terrible swing. That was the most White Sox thing I've seen all day. 2 outs now as we face Dominic Fletcher and the top of the order. It's going to be a little rough, but let's just make sure we get out of this one. 2 outs. This might be our last inning, but I want to make sure that we get out of this one. And we do. A little ground out to the first baseman, and we get out of this one. We're going to be in line for the win if that is the end for us. And it is not the end for us. I think we have probably 1 base runner left in us. At least probably in our coach's mind. Probably like, look, we'll keep him out there until he ends up giving up a base runner. At least that's the logical thing right here. That'd be the only thing that makes sense. Nice little foul ball there. And let's finish him 0-2 with that slurve down and in. Benintendi, sit the down. That is not going to bloop in. Oh, nice catch. Woo, baby, that should have been a strikeout, but hell, he made some pretty decent contact there. That was a little scary, but now we got Eloy up, and we just can't really keep it in the zone for him. I really don't want to walk him, obviously, but again, this is someone that I feel like if we give him something somewhat middle in, we're just going to get punished for it. Like that right there. If he would have made contact, that ball was just gone. But thankfully he swings through that. Might have been expecting something else. And there we go. We push it to a 2-2 count. And now we can be a little more selective. And so let's go with that slurve outside again. Swing through it, buddy. Well, he swung through that right to the right fielder. And let's go 2 outs. Oh, maybe we can get the hat trick on Vaughn here. That would be nice. That would be beautiful. But it would also be nice if we can get that slurve for a strike. Let's go with that fastball down and in, though. That's looking good. But we still don't get that call. And our fastball is sitting at 86. This is definitely going to be our last batter. Excuse me? As the second time today, we have not gotten just a clear strike. And there we go. We get that slurve in there. And again, it's Vaughn, man. We got this. Perfect. That's going to be foul. And now, let's get that 3rd strikeout of the day on Vaughn. Let's go with that slurve once more. Let's finish him again. Oh, nope, never mind. That is going to be a base runner. Yeah, that's unfortunate, and I think that is going to be the end of our day. And again, just falling 1 out short of a really quality start yet again. And again, thank you. Tip your hat to the crowd. That was a really great performance. I mean, not overpowering by any means, but still, at least as far as we go here, a really, really great performance. Now, we could be on the hook for 1 run, but I'm really hoping that what I would imagine to be Severino here ends up picking up this final out, and we go completely scoreless in this game. And there he is. Let's see if he can hold it down again. So thankfully, we didn't give up that run, or any runs at all. Ended up being a 5-0 game. We ended up scoring 3 in the bottom of the 6th. That's incredible. While looking at our line, though, hey, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 1 walk, but 5 strikeouts and no earned runs. And honestly, that is really great right there. It's nice that we're really coming into our own, and hopefully we can continue to have some really good starts. That's 2 wins in this episode. We're looking really good up here in the big leagues. So again, 2 big wins in this episode. I mean, we're 2-1 now, 2.28 ERA. Again, that whip is just over 1, but again, still really, really great looking stat line for us, especially in our first couple starts here. Now, it looks like we are not going to be pitching in this Boston series. However, we will be taking on the A's next. And that's pretty good, too, considering the fact that they are 42-65, so we could be in line for another good start. Looks like we are scheduled to end up facing Andrew Abbott in Game 2 on Saturday. And then after that, it looks like it won't probably be until Colorado or San Francisco. But we'll find out next time. Once we end up taking on the A's, we'll see what we're going to be lined up for. But a really good couple starts in this one. Really proud of what we ended up doing, and really glad that we're improving, and we're just looking like we actually belong here at this level. And the fact that we went up from a 70 to a 77 definitely helps out a lot, as you can tell by a couple of those swinging strikeouts. But again, we're looking good. Let's hope we can keep improving, and let's hope that maybe we can be in line for some kind of award at the end of the year. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go down and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.